everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be doing a tea leaf / pick a card reading all about your marriage life. So this is going to be your future partner, your marriage life, what your life's going to be like. We're going to be looking into how you'll meet them, who this person is, letters of their name. We're going to be also looking into marriage life and your love life currently right now. So we're going to be looking into where you are right now, who this person is, and your marriage life. So kind of like 3 or 4 steps. And then also we're going to add the tea leaf element into it as well, just to see if there's any extra messages that want to pop up for your love life. But of course, as usual, whenever I focus on love life, this is all about your life, how to manifest the best life for you, and then obviously that will attract the best person for you and who you need in your life and who's going to really give you what you need and what you treasure and what you want and getting your needs met. And that's what I'm putting into all these readings that I do. So we're going to look into romantic life, who this person is, and all that stuff. So let's get started. We have 4 groups here. We have group number 1 with the manganese calcite, group 2 with the clear quartz, group 3 with the rhodonite, and group number 4 with the rose quartz. I'm also going to pull some cards to see what sort of message is going to be coming up for you guys. So if you want to choose via the cards or if you want to choose via the crystals, it's completely up to you. So let's shuffle for group number 1. Okay, I feel like she wants to come out, so we're going to do her. So group number 1, you guys have, whoa, as my bike's going past. Okay, we have group number 1 with worthy. Sorry guys, we can hear the really loud noises outside. Okay. The next one we have is balance. Oh my god, there's so much noise going on outside. Next one. Oh, we have 2. We have release and rise. Oh, girl, like that's a really cute one. I like that. That is so girly. I feel like this one's really girly, this group. I'm not sure why, but it kind of feels, I don't know, it just feels really girly and pretty. Okay, group number 4. I think this is the first time I've also done 4 groups in a tarot and tea leaf reading, so that's really interesting. We're going to do some real deep dives into this, guys. So we have group number 1 with worthy, group 2 with balance, group 3 with release and rise, and group number 4 with dream. And overall the readings are going to be about safety and how you feel safe and how you feel comfortable in a connection, who this person is. So let's go. Start off with group number 1 with the manganese calcite crystal. Hello group number 1, let's get started with your reading. I am very excited. Can I just like say how much I love these peonies? I didn't know peonies actually were this big when they actually came out. Like, they are so beautiful. If you see how like tightly packed they are, and then they literally like come out like this, it's actually insane. So I feel like for you guys, because I'm focusing on the flowers in this group, I feel like for you guys it's really about like slowing down and kind of just focusing on like your senses and the present moment, things like that. That's going to really help you deal with whatever issues and struggles you're dealing with right now. I do feel like a lot of you guys are focusing, there's 3 different messages I'm getting. There's like a particular subject you're kind of focused on right now. I feel like some of you guys, it's because you're struggling of the feeling of being worthy around being single, possibly not having any friends, family issues, or something to do with identity and like struggling to kind of like deal with your identity. So okay, so we are going to look into your partner. We're also going to look into the tea leaves. So if you want to skip to the tea leaf section, that is down below in the description. I will timestamp that. So if you want to just literally come here for the tea leaves, then you can do that. So okay, gorgeous. So we have the manganese calcite. Fucking love this crystal. It's so yummy, so pretty, so juicy, and these will be available in a crystal kit very, very soon. I'm just trying to figure out my crystal kits at the moment. Okie dokie, so we have worthy. This is going to be your love life at this moment. This is what you're focusing on, but also it's to do with your partner, and also to do with like your career. So anything that's coming up is all to do with your worthiness. It's also to do with how you receive, what you want to receive, and how you want it to come into your life, and what you, basically your values, you know. So before we have a look into the tarot, I just want to pull just a general card just to see. This is going to be your love messages for now, where your love life is right now. We'll see what your focus is on. Lovely. So it's definitely very, very deep. It's really, really deep stuff. We have the underworld and we have the weaver. Lovely. So you guys are definitely separating from your old life. And this is really, really good because it's showing me that you are ready to move forward. You're ready to do something that's actually yours rather than just being here for everyone else. So I think that's really, really important. So this is preparing you obviously for any type of relationship. Anything we go through is preparing us for any type of relationship, because at the end of the day we wouldn't be in that relationship if we weren't ready for it. Okay, so everything you're kind of being moved towards is being your authentic self. You're being drawn to weave your own path and focus on what really, really means a lot to you. So I feel like for you guys it is going to feel a little bit heavy at the moment, but when it comes to your love life, when I say love life, by the way, I mean your actual life, you know, the way you love in your life. Romantic life is your partner, okay? Just want to like specify that. I'm sorry if I get them mixed up, but sometimes they're kind of like thrown around in the community of tarot, so that's my personal view on it. So for you guys, your love life and romantic life is really about focusing on how worthy you are and focusing on your own worthiness. Like you're wow, it's a motorbike and it's outside and it's so loud. It's like going up and down my road. Sorry guys if you can hear that. It is extremely loud. Oh my god. So this kind of reminds me as well, a lot of things that happen during readings are, you know, for a reason. The fact that motorbike came past, it was really loud. I feel like for a lot of you guys, you're kind of learning to, one, like tune out the noise, and like one, tune out the noise, and two, you're learning to not be so quiet all the time. Like you want to really speak out, you want to take up space, you want to express yourself. That's the sort of thing you're working on right now. Okay, so this is really yummy. I love this card. So the fact that we have the Wheel of Fortune, first of all, reminds me of this really yummy energy of something is ready to move through. And I feel like for a lot of you guys, I'm hearing some of you guys left a job in teaching. You can't do it anymore. It feels too corrupt. There's something that just doesn't sit right with you. So let's have a look and see what's going on in your love life and what you can expect in the future. And then we'll have a look into all the other juicy details. Page of Wands, lovely. So you're definitely stepping into your power here. There's a power stance that I feel like you're taking on and you're really leaning into it, which is really nice. There's a sense of like not giving a fuck, which is really good. Okay, so let's see. So we have Wheel of Fortune, Page of Wands, Eight of Swords, lovely, Knight of Swords. Something is coming, something's getting ready. In terms of your romantic life, I don't see a partner coming in yet, but when I say yet, I mean like in the next like 6 months. I do see somebody coming in, but they're saying when you're ready to receive it. Like a lot of you guys are really full up right now with emotions. So your focus right now is to focus on self-care, self-love, and basically anything that calms your nervous system down. That's what you're working on, because they're basically, your guides and your angels are asking you to get really focused on yourself so you can figure out the sort of person that you actually want to bring in. Because at the end of the day, if you're not ready to receive it, if you keep attracting the same person over and over and over and over and over again, there's a part of you that doesn't feel worthy. There's a part of you that feels like there's lack, or it's a sense of protecting yourself. Sometimes it can be commitment issues where it's like, at the end of the day, there's no like issues, but there can be commitment issues where you kind of struggle to commit, which is definitely a fear that has most likely been kind of, you know, I don't know, manifested through childhood, you know. Is this actually stretched out enough? Yes, okay, cool. I feel like I'm like running out of room. Okay, so let's see what we have. All right, so I do see massive changes. I'm seeing like, I'm hearing a loop-de-loop. So, you know, when you're in a roller coaster and you're like, wee, you like go like around like that. I mean, I've never done that. They terrify me. But it's this sense of like having fun, getting more in your body. And if this feels really smooth, I don't see any uncomfortable, I don't feel any raw stuff that just, there's nothing that feels raw. This all feels really smooth, which is really good. So I don't see any stress happening as such, but I do see kind of little things that might pop up that might trigger you to deal with it and work with it. A lot of you guys, it's actually to do with hiding in your connections. And when I say relationships, I don't always just mean romantic. Your relationship is everything. So your relationship to yourself is a relationship. Your relationship to your friends is a relationship. Your relationship to your partner is a relationship. It's all a relationship. It's very toxic that we have been taught that just romantic life is a relationship. It's fucked up, because this stops us from feeling connected to other people. We should be connected to everyone. It's a tribe, you know. That's what we should be doing. We're literally here to connect. There's no difference in the certain people. You know, the only difference is intimacy and physical sexual connection. Okay, so I feel like I want to get a couple of chakra cards. Let's see what you are working on in terms of your chakras. And if there's any blockages that need to just kind of be adjusted. Okay, there we go. This makes a lot of sense. So we have this sense of sensuality. This makes so much sense because what this shows me is it's all about how you receive intimacy. It's actually feeling worthy of having sex. It's feeling worthy of being intimate with somebody. And for those of you who are, you know, younger than 18, if you guys haven't been intimate, you don't want to be intimate, or anyone who just hasn't been intimate, this message is literally about feeling safe enough to be in your body. Like, that is incredibly important. And everything in society just pulls us away from that. And I'm going to start ranting because I'm very, very passionate about this sort of shit. Like, I am a Scorpio and it's just like anything sensual I get really passionate about. So, you know, if I get really passionate, that's because I am, you know. Okay, so this is a really nice card for you as well. So this is the base chakra and we have the sacral. So these two, very important. These two are the concrete actions. They're saying these two are the concrete actions to attract a healthy relationship with yourself, others, partners. Okay, so let's have a look and see what these say. So we have the first chakra, the base, responsibility. I plant myself on solid ground by consistently taking responsibility and having personal accountability for all that I do. I rise above excesses and overindulgences as I forgive myself my past indiscretions. If you guys want to have a little pause and have a little read, definitely do that. I don't want to read the whole thing because it's quite long. Okay, so this one I will read. This is sensuality. This is to do with your senses. This is to do with your sexuality. I did feel for you guys it was about the senses because I was like touching this flower. By the way, these smell fucking amazing. If you can get hold of peonies, just get some because they smell amazing. I've never actually experienced peonies before. I'm just like overawed by them. They're just absolutely gorgeous. Okay, so sensuality. I encourage myself to express my sensuality and emotions creatively using all my faculties, including touch, voice, and actions, and creative abilities such as art, craft, music, acting, cooking, gardening, and writing. I practice being aware of and enjoying my senses, being nourished and stimulated by the natural world, such as by landscapes, people, weather, aromas, animals, and sounds. Gorgeous. Oh, I love that. Okay, so let's get you one more card. Oh my God, yes. Okay. Gorgeous. I love this. We have held, sureness of the soil, unseen help, support, community. Your partner is going to be part of your community. So it's not going to be just a relationship. This is going to be like a massive life change for you. A relationship for you is a massive deal. A relationship means not just, oh my God, these motorbikes are so loud. Honestly, guys, I have no idea what's going on, but it's like motorbike central around here. It's like a fucking rally outside of my house. Anyway, okay, so this is literally like, it could be to do with your sex drive as well, to be fair. They're kind of showing me that, like when they kind of rev the engine. So what I'm feeling for you guys is you are very much looked after, but you've got to really look after yourself as well. You've got to be the one to look after yourself, okay? Let's get you a couple more advice cards. Let's see. These two underneath. Diamond light activation. Light activations and new energies are coming your way. Be open to receive and welcome them in. Yum, yum, yum. Yummy, yummy. I love that. That is yummy. Okay, let's see. Okay, well that makes sense because a lot of you guys need to be in your body. So we have grounding. All your manifesting, positive thoughts and visualizations have been heard. Ground your energies and emotions deep into the earth. So basically, nothing to worry about. Stop worrying about being single or not being in a relationship. Who gives a flying fuck? It doesn't matter if you're single. It doesn't matter if you're in a relationship. Like I say a lot in my readings, if it means that somebody is on your arm makes you more worthy, then it's nothing to do, like that shouldn't be a thing. Like, just because somebody's on your arm doesn't mean you're any more worthy. Like, you're worthy just by yourself, you know? Like, it doesn't make any sense. It's an external thing. Okay. So, is there anything else that wants to pop up here? So these three are important. I'm seeing like a love heart around this section. So the fact that we have the Eight of Swords, Knight of Swords, and the Nine of Cups, this shows me something is opening. Your heart chakra is opening. You have been let go. What this means is, you know, when someone says in a job, you're being let go, this is actually a really good thing because what it's saying is you're leaving this old part of you behind with you where you had to feel like you were, you're butting up against lots of roadblocks, and it's because you are forcing yourself into a situation that probably isn't very good for you. A lot of the time it can be education, it can be a job you don't really enjoy, something like that. But what I'm seeing is you're now dealing with the emotions that you never were able to deal with because you actually have space to deal with them now. You're not being distracted, and now you're having more options. You're now really giving yourself a lot more choice. A lot of you guys are fixed signs as well, so you do struggle to like realize that you do actually have choice. When you feel like you don't, so you actually do have a lot of choice. Okay, so let's see what else we need to focus on. So the next thing we're going to be looking at is we're going to see who this partner is. I'm very curious. Let's see what this person is going to bring into your life. I can't pick up this card. Come here. Okay, so which cards do we want to focus on first? Oh, so many options, so many options. Okay, I'm going to pull some of these cards. Grounding. So this is what your person's bringing to your life. Yum, yum, yum. Keep getting the word yummy. Oh my god. Oh my god, is that a peony? No. Oh, guys, sorry, I'm so obsessed with peonies at the moment. Like, I've never actually seen peonies in my life. Like, that is just, they are fucking stunning. Like, wow. Okay. Gorgeous. Lovely. Right. So you're going to be in a different place when you're around this person, okay? You guys might start to grow your own food. You might start to change your lifestyle. Lovely, got victory. So we have Virgo, Scorpio, Aries, and Aries again. We've got regeneration and victory. There's this sense of a massive accomplishment because you've done the work, you're going through it, and you're doing a fucking amazing job. A lot of people don't really congratulate you or give you compliments, so I'm just going to say well done. You're doing a great job. And you have courage as well. A lot of you guys have felt like, you have people around you who are, quote unquote, like moving on, like they're getting married, they're having kids, which by the way, that isn't really moving on. That's just their life. That's just something that happens in their life. It doesn't mean that you're any less worthy because you're not moving into that space. It could be something as simple as somebody, is getting a car and you haven't got one, or somebody has a job and you can't get one. You can get all these things, but remember, it's like thinking, why would you want their life, So when it comes to relationships, you've always had this kind of comparison going on. So a lot of the people around you, you've always felt very, very insignificant. So let's see who this person is who wants to come into your life. Let's see. So let's focus on your energy first. Where are you coming into this relationship? Okay, so this is you. I think we're going to do a couple for you, actually. Let's do kind of where you are now then, because that feels like where you are now. And then who you are in your relationship, because this is something you're shedding. That Panther isn't where you are now. There we go. Lovely. So I feel like for you guys, it's really about stopping resisting intimacy. Okay, so you're going to come into this relationship as the butterfly. Your person's going to come into the relationship as the camel. I love that. They're saying don't pull a card for where they are now. Okay, so they want to keep that private. All right. So when it comes to the camel, they're very patient. They can withstand a lot of heat. They can withstand a lot of tension. Your person most likely is some sort of fixed sign, a Taurus, Scorpio, Capricorn person. They're very grounded. They're very natural. Like they have a very natural essence about them. And this person is all about the throat chakra, and your relationship's all about the throat chakra and expressing that and really allowing that to move through. Okay, so I want to pull you another card from this deck. I'm pulling like so many cards today, but I feel like I just want to like whip them all out. Let's get another one of these. Lovely. Oh, that's gorgeous. I love this. Yay. Okay, so this is going to be your partnership. Balance. Okay. Cracking open, deep healing and balancing karma. Turquoise and forget-me-not. Turquoise is a crystal. Forget-me-not is the flower. So those could be your signs and synchronicities as well. We also have diamond light body, the diamond ray, high frequency activations, planetary grid work. You guys are not going to be in a very normal relationship. By the time you're actually with this person, you're going to be pretty much a very different person. You are going to be very balanced. And what this means is you don't take on the other person's shit. You literally just are around them, and it feels natural to really deal with their stuff. Like it's, okay, what I'm basically saying is both of you are single on your own in a relationship, but you're literally two different people. You're not merging, you're not immersing, you are connecting, but you're not taking on each other's stuff. So you don't feel responsible for their shit, which is like, oh, amazing. I love that. All right, so let's see who this person is. Nice. Very, very intuitive person. Really, really intuitive. They are like so psychic. This person could be a psychic if they're obviously wanting to do that as a career, because we have the 10th house. That makes a lot of sense. This person is extremely creative. You can expect to have a really, really creative relationship with them. Both of you want to do lots of different things together. It feels really, really yummy. And both of you are just like so psychic. So basically, both of you, oh my God, there's a motorbike going past again. I'm so sorry, guys. Literally, this never happens. It's like motorbike central around here. So basically, with the psyche, this is saying to both of you to be aware of where your energy is going and not to feel responsible for this person, okay? Lovely. So I do feel like high sex drive for both of you, high intimacy. Both of you are really, really sensual. Both of you are very driven. You're both very Mars. Could be one of you is a Libra, one of you is an Aries. This is showing to me also you could be both opposite signs. So one of you could be, say, a Scorpio, one of you could be a Taurus, something like that, okay? So let's see how you're going to meet this person. Let's see who this person is. So this is obviously the person you're going to marry. So I'm picking up on long term for this group. And for obviously all the groups, because obviously marriage is, you know, meant to be a long-term thing. All right, so it's going to be when you're ready to travel. And when I say travel, I don't always mean literally physically. Can you tell me what I mean? Like, I'm saying stuff and I'm like, where is this going? So basically they're saying it takes a lot to change your, oh my God, this is a really big message. Okay, there's a lot to this. So it takes a lot for a human being to, I'm getting like ethereal, like intergalactic aliens right now. Can I just like block them off, shutting the door? Okay, sorry guys. Like, sometimes when like I connect to aliens, very, very, very rarely do I do this because I'm too earthy for that shit. I love aliens, but I'm too earthy for it. It's very, very confusing. They literally translate light into messages. So I just have to be very aware when they come in because it's like, oh, too much. Very big energy. So anyway, some of you guys are starseeds. Okay, so what I'm hearing is when it comes to the human body, when a human being wants to change their awareness, they have to really, really put in the conscious effort to physically change, because a lot of I'm hearing a lot of psychologists would know this, is people take on the subconscious and live from their subconscious a lot of the time. So when it comes to travel, it actually takes a big chunk of effort, especially if you're not used to doing it and you're not used to change, is travel might be quite a difficult thing for you. So when it comes to your emotions, when it comes to changing, instead of doing externally, instead of traveling externally, you're traveling internally. You're changing, you're moving states, you're having to, I mean, literally maybe moving states physically, but like you're literally moving state. Your emotions are basically coming to a point where you're able to really handle them and not avoid them. And this is a really big deal for a lot of you guys, because a lot of you guys definitely suffer with you don't want to change too much. You could be scared of change. There could be a fear of change. And when it comes to your person, you're going to be completely changed. You're going to be a completely different person. And it's going to be a big shift. Your person could also be a Virgo or a Sag, because both of you are very highly intelligent in terms of emotions and the way you work. Both of you are in the healing arts. That could be in so many different things. Could even be a photographer. That could also be to do with travel. That could even be a healing art for that person. You know, that could be, and my legs are tingling. So there's definitely like big messages in this group. This is not just like little messages. This is like really, really big messages. But what I'm seeing is you could literally physically meet them traveling. They could be a completely different, they could talk a completely different language to you, completely different ethnicity, just literally somebody also you might not actually be used to their being around, even their ethnicity, which sounds really strange to say, but especially if you're in a small town or you're not around a lot of different types of people, you could just be around people who are very like lots of blonde hair, never seeing somebody with black hair, or being around loads of people with black hair, never seeing blonde hair. Like it could be quite a rarity for you to actually see someone who looks like different to you, you know. That's what I'm seeing just for some of you guys. And it's, to me, what it's showing, it's not just even about the external, it's the internal as well. Like you could meet somebody who's completely different to what you're used to, and it takes you a while to get used to it, and that could be the massive change that you have to get into, and that may be why you're quite scared and resistant to it at first. Like you're quite scared because you've never really, everything's always been the same for you, and you've been in like this system of never ever changing. So now it's taken conscious effort for you to really shift, And what it's doing is actually bringing in this new like partner. This is literally what life is about. Like literally, this is literally the epitome of humanity, is connecting to somebody and growing with them. And it just feels, oh my god, that was like a really big message. I can't even explain. I hope that actually made sense, because obviously when I'm channeling, I don't always know what I'm saying. So if that made sense to you guys, please let me know. Then that is amazing. Okay, so your person is working on not escaping situations. They do have quite a lot of Neptunian or Piscean energy. I'm talking about different star signs, by the way, guys. So everyone's mixed with different signs. So just take it as it resonates. But what I'm seeing is this person has always been kind of resistant to change. They've always been resistant to, oh my God, 3 messages in one. Okay. They've always been resistant to change. And the other message was, if this person sounds like you, then that's really good. It means that's the person you're attracting, because the people we attract are a lot like us. Like the more you get to know them, the more you sometimes, okay, this is actually such an interesting reading. I'm getting so many different messages. So one of the messages is the reason why a lot of people break up is because we attract people who are like us. And if we don't like ourselves, we reject that person. Oh my God, that is so interesting. Whoa. Oh my God, guys, I hope you're liking this group, because I'm literally having a great time. Oh my God. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Okay, sorry guys, I dropped my card in some water. Oh, let me just wipe this off. Okay. All right, so we have escape, rebellion, concentration, flirtation, and revenge. This person is very, very intense. They are really artistic. They're a little bit flamboyant as well. So they're kind of all over the place. They could be quite a nervous person, but they're really, really fun. They have dealt with a lot of loss in their life, which is possibly why they do turn to the creative arts, because that's how they process their stuff. But yeah, it does feel really, really interesting. And this person's very, very flirty. They are very fun, very light. They're quite mercurial with their energy, like Piscean or mercurial. They're like, when you're around them, you feel lighter. You feel like you have shed layers. Really, really gorgeous. I love this. Okay, so are we ready for the tea leaf reading? Yeah, I think we are. Yeah, let's have a look at your marriage life now, and we'll see what it's like. We'll see what sort of marriage you're going to have, and you know, how you're going to get there, things like that. And I do feel for a lot of you guys, you have a very sensitive side to you. Marriage might not even be something you actually want, and it might not even be something you do. If that's something you really don't want to do, or you're just curious, a lot of you guys, you might tend to be drawn towards a more smaller wedding. I'm getting a lot of Virgo from your side of the group, so it feels like you're both very sensitive, you're both quite internal, you're both very introverted. You both want possibly a marriage that's quite, you know, like I say, small, intimate. I'm hearing intimate gathering. Okay, so let's get your tea leaf. Okay guys, so as I was shuffling, I heard works a lot. I heard Build-A-Bear, which I don't go to Build-A-Bear anymore. I used to a lot when I was younger. Build-A-Bear is basically, for those of you who don't know, Build-A-Bear is just like a shop where you can basically just get a bear and you like dress it and things like that. I heard this like sense of cuteness, like a little girl going to Build-A-Bear and building her bear. This kind of reminds me of your energy. It's kind of like this young girl or boy, obviously depending on your gender, going into this relationship and building it, but having like a really fun time. It's like, I'm hearing you guys can make this whatever you want. You know, you can make your relationship whatever you want to make it. So obviously, as we had before, we have oh no, sorry, this is Jupiter. I thought Neptune there. We have Neptune here. So it's going to be a very expansive relationship, very psychic. When it comes to you guys being in a relationship, obviously very creative. I just heard that as well. We had that before. We have prosperity, courage, and memory. When it comes to the marriage, both of you are going to be very prosperous. Money isn't really going to be a problem. The masculine or male in the partnership is going to be working the most. That's just how it is in the connection. And I see how you both meet is through a message. Your person is going to message you first. You are welcome to message them as well. But I do see it's luck on the person that talks the most is going to be the one that messages you. So one of you is going to be the one to assert. If you are normally the one who asserts and you're kind of like, I'm done with that, then it's going to probably be the other person. Your person doesn't have any problem asserting themselves. Okay, so let's have a look at your marriage. Woo, I see a lot of children. I just saw like 50 kids. Okay, so I see up to 5 children. Obviously just take it as it resonates, guys. This isn't factual information. Okay, so I see Jamaica. I see the letter J a lot, so it could be their name. I'm seeing January. You could get married in January in the winter time. You could get married on a full moon. I'm hearing don't get married during Mercury retrograde or something to do with Neptune. I'd stay away from any kind of intense retrogrades with Neptune or anything like that. You could get married 2 years after a Saturn return or a solar return. So obviously solar returns happen every year. So what this means is it could be 2 years after your next coming birthday that you meet each other or get married. Obviously you might even be with this person. So, okay, so I see a animal being at your wedding. If you have a cat or a dog, they might attend the wedding. You might have a very intimate wedding, like I said. I'm seeing a small gathering, like I'm seeing a lot of people, but they're gathering in a really small space. So it could be you have a lot of friends, but you want a small venue. I do see a venue, I do see outside, I do see most of you being indoors when you'll get married. When it comes to your actual marriage life, I see a lot of presence, like literally both of you are really present with each other, but lots of physical presence. Your person's love language might be gifts. Your person loves giving gifts. Your person's really assertive, they get shit done. You're both learning to be the leader. Your person's a natural leader. Everyone's really a natural leader, but you've always been the sort of person to let other people lead. So your person is going, you're basically your learning right now is obviously worthiness. I do see a lot of families gathering. You and your other half's family, they might not get on first. For some of you guys, they'll get on like really, really well, like a house on fire. Others of you, it will literally feel like a house is on fire. That's fucking funny. I like that. There's no particular star signs. The star signs I've already mentioned are, you know, the ones that I feel strongly about. And I just see like, I feel like some of you guys will slim down for your wedding. Of course, that you don't have to do that. That's nothing to do with like anything. I just generally, that's what I see. I see a very slim person. I see someone wanting to physically slim down, but honestly this might actually start a physical like journey with your body. It might actually be like you slim down for your wedding and thinking, oh my god, I feel so good, I feel so healthy, you know, a healthy weight, not like underweight. I feel very healthy weight, and you're like, oh my god, I really love this. I love this change that I am doing. I'm just going to keep doing it. So yeah, I see a lot of flowers. I see red, orange and yellow, white flowers. I see some of you guys are actually a florist. I'm seeing a whale here. It looks like a little dolphin or a whale. That's a really big omen for a lot of you guys. You might have a wedding, also with a cross. Some of you guys might be very strongly religious. And I see a lot of omens, like, you know, that kind of, what's it called? When you have a marriage and you have something blue, something borrowed, something blue, or something like that. You might have that. You might have something lucky in your wedding. And I think that's pretty much it. Is there anything else that Spirit wants to tell me? I feel like for some of you guys, I'm just hearing, just don't worry about the timing. Timing is really not important when it comes to this. A lot of you guys, this person might remind you of somebody from your past, but it's like a literally upgraded version. Your person is going to bring a lot of prosperity into the relationship. Like both of you are going to feel really comfortable with each other. So, shall I put the letters on here? I think this is actually quite dry. Let's put them on here. Okay, so we have an empty one. Okay. We have T-E-K. Whoops, we have a hair. Cool. That's an added bonus. We have a D, Y, and we have M. So, that is your reading, guys. Have a great day, and I will speak to you very soon. Bye. Hello, group number 2. Let's get started with your reading. You guys chose the gorgeous clear quartz crystal, high quality right there. Okay, so let's get started with your reading. You are going to be all about balance for this group. So you guys, we're going to be looking into your love life first of all. Where are you at right now? The sort of person that you're going to attract. You know, we're going to start off with that, and then we're going to be looking into all the details. So get a cup of tea, get a drink, you know, get comfy. Let's get started. So we have the first cards about your love life, where you are right now. Okay, we have Ascension. Sorry guys, my camera's like all over the place. We have Reclaim. Gorgeous. I'm really focusing on the moons in this reading. So a lot of you guys, you're very sensitive to moon changes. So being aware of that can be really powerful, because it can mean, you know, especially for my women, you know, when you get your period. But also, obviously if you're not on the pill or anything like that. But for some of you guys, it's really just about your emotional side, realizing how actually important your emotions are, and it's really important to actually prioritize them. Underneath the deck, this card really stood out to me. We have Ask Body in the reverse. A lot of you guys have felt very much out of your body when it comes to connections, especially when it comes to romantic connections. You've felt very much out of your body. So it's really, really important to ask your body how it feels and really like attune to your body a lot. Your body does a lot for you, and it's there to protect you. It's not there to hurt you, okay? And a lot of the time is we're very disconnected from our body because we don't always know what's going on. So it's really important to treat it with respect. And when it comes to being in your body in a relationship, your body doesn't have to be perfect to attract a guy or attract a girl, okay? And what that is saying is your sense of self-worth is really up to you and how you feel about yourself. So balancing yourself out is really important, especially when it comes to your body. You might have a lot of changes going on in your body, or you might really want to do some physical changes. So this is really, really lovely. I love this for you guys. So let's see your love life here. Beautiful. So it's funny that I picked up on the moon, because the Queen of Cups is literally all about the moon energy, which I really, really love. That's so beautiful. Okay, so I got to have a hair on my arm. It's really tickling me. Okay, so we have Ascension, Reclaim, Love, and the Outlaw. Some of you guys, you might actually meet somebody who people don't approve of, and I'm just hearing it's none of their fucking business. Obviously, if you are in a very deeply religious family, or the culture is all about kind of, marriage and getting married and arranged marriages, things like that. It's really important to just recognise that is something that's been carried very, very deeply rooted, ancestral, and it's up to you whether you want to have that in your life. You're allowed to go against the grain. You do not have to do anything that you're uncomfortable with. Remember, this is your life. You have your own body. You have your own heartbeat in. You have your own system that you work with. And if somebody doesn't agree with that, then that's literally none of their business, especially when it comes to your own relationships, how you deal with them. It doesn't matter. Everyone has their own life, so they're already filled up with their own problems. You don't need to deal with everyone else's stuff, okay? So that's obviously a big message for some of you guys, because I think a lot of you guys have felt very stuck when it comes to connections. It's like, oh my God, I really like this person. Or it could be that you are gay or bisexual and you struggle really to possibly find someone who matches that energy. Wow, my heart chakra just did something. Or it's like you are basically struggling to admit to yourself that you are that, and don't feel ashamed of anything that you are, because at the end of the day, you're that for a reason. You wouldn't be resonating as that or resonating as who you are for no reason. Everyone is completely different. This group is very much about just going against the grain and fucking really reclaiming your power when it comes to connections. A lot of you guys, especially my feminines and females, is you guys have really been suppressed. There's definitely this suppression around what is good for the other person versus what's good for you. And at the end of the day, it's always about you. It's never about anyone else, unless you are being there for somebody else. But it really is about you. Like, how you handle yourself is so important. So I feel like a lot of you guys will be in a relationship quite soon. This relationship is going to come quite quickly. I see this because it actually will feel quite quick. It doesn't, because basically you guys have dealt with a lot of pain around who you are and dealing with your identity. So a lot of you guys have basically felt like if you're single, it's wrong, but now you've kind of dealt with that and you don't really care either way whether you're in a relationship or not, which is amazing. It's a really, really good space to be in. And it's not this sense of like you have to be super independent. It's like you just want to be happy. So time will fly very, very quickly when it comes to being in this relationship before you get to it, because you just feel pretty good. So we have Temperance, which is really nice, because Temperance is literally about balance. So when it comes to your romantic life, when it comes to your partners, you are basically going to meet lots of friends before you meet a partner. And then you're going to become more financially and more secure within yourself. You are possibly learning balance at the moment. You're focusing on security. And when it comes to what's important to you, it's going to change over time. And I feel like for a lot of you guys, you will have children. You will have more responsibilities. That could be, and responsibility is different for everyone. It could be you're being more emotionally responsible, or you want to get your own house, you want to get a car, you want to you want to travel. It's different for every person, but I see it's stretching you, I do see for a lot of you guys, you're going to get married in a different country. I am actually picking up on Canada or somewhere where there's a lot of mountains, possibly Austria. maybe Australia. I don't know if there's a lot of mountains in Australia, but I'm just picking up on the letter A. Okay, so Ace of Swords, lovely. So your person is going to be basically coming into your life after you've learned how to really assert yourself. Can you see how we have this Four of Pentacles with her hands around her throat, and then we have this Ace of Swords, which is all about the throat chakra. So these two combined is basically saying, I am ready to fucking go for it. And I'm ready to be me, I'm ready to be myself. So this is really, really important. This is really about asserting yourself, cutting through the bullshit. Absolutely gorgeous. I love this. Especially, like I say, for my feminines and females, because we've been very suppressed. For my men, especially my men and my masculines, it's really, really important to you to voice your opinion as well, especially when it comes to your emotions. If you feel something and you want to voice it to the person you're around, doesn't matter who it is, can be family, friends, relationships, it is so important for you to voice your opinion, okay? It's not healthy to keep shoving stuff down. And I feel like once you guys kind of access your throat chakra, you're going to be fucking powerful. You're going to feel powerful. You already are powerful, but we've been suppressed for a very, very long time. I'm picking up on the crystal topaz, blue lace agate, and blue agate. This is really reminding me of that. So I feel like for a lot of guys, that would be a really good crystal for you to work with your throat chakra. And the Three of Pentacles is really nice. There's definitely a community happening for a lot of you guys. You will be a part of a community before you meet your person, and your person's going to want to get involved in that community. You might meet through networking or something to do with community in some capacity, and it can be online or in person. I'm not entirely sure which one, but it obviously depends where you're at the time. You might not even be online, so it's obviously going to be in person for some of you guys. Okay, so let's have a look at the next section of your reading. So we're going to see who this person is and how you'll meet them. So let's have a look and see what cards do I want first. Let's have a look with the dice. So if you want to skip to the tea leaf, the timing is in the description box. If you just want to literally go towards a tea leaf, then definitely have a look at that. Okay, so let's see how you're going to meet this person. Nice. Oh my god, I love this. So that was why I was focusing a lot on masculine and feminines in this reading, because you guys have literally feminine, masculine, and then in the middle you have a relationship. So every relationship has a balance of masculine and feminine. It doesn't matter if it's two women, two men, one male, one female, it does not matter. It's all about that balance of masculine and feminine, especially if both are, if both are balanced masculine and feminine wise, oh my god, wow, like no problems really. Like full consciousness, really, really conscious connection. Okay, so what I'm hearing is you're not looking for perfection, you're looking for connection. That's really, ooh, I like that. That's a really nice message. So it's really interesting because you have so many synchronicities in this group. You have Libra, the 7th house, and we have Mars. And Mars is very different to Libra. Mars is pretty much opposite to Libra. It pretty much is, because the opposite to Libra is Aries, which is ruled by Mars. So a lot of you guys have definitely struggled to assert yourself when it comes to relationships. So how you're going to meet this person is when you actually become much more balanced with asserting yourself. And you're going to know when this is the time, because you're going to feel it in your body. You're going to be able to speak your truth more. You're going to be able to push yourself forward more. You're going to be seen more. More people are going to want your services, whatever you do for a career. You could really change your career as well. There's going to be a lot of external changes, and a lot of you guys could really change your home environment. You're going to change your relationship to your mother and your father as well. And there's going to be this big shift around you and your personal views and how you see yourself. That is just going to be super, 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 super important. Okay, so let's get some more cards here. So when it comes to your relationship, there is no set way of actually attracting this person. You have to just relive your life, which is obviously what you're meant to be doing anyway. But I'm just hearing, don't be afraid to treat yourself. A lot of you guys feel a lot of shame when it comes to giving yourself nourishment. You may have had body issues, and I won't go into that too deep because obviously that can be very triggering for some people. But if you ever had any body issues, which is very Libran, don't be afraid of really just expressing that to your person, because at the end of the day, it is literally having open communication. Your person is literally another version of you, so they might even have similar issues as well, you know. And at the end of the day, yeah, I did actually hear a purification, which is so interesting. I didn't want to say it because I didn't really know what it meant at the time, but that is really nice. I love the word snapdragon. That is just so cute. I love that as a name for a flower. Okay, so we have abundance, courage, and communication. The more you communicate in your relationships, all of them, the more you're going to feel courageous and the more abundance you're going to have. Sorry guys, my throat chakra is doing something. Hi. So this is really, 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 really nice. I love this. So I forgot to actually pull you guys a couple of advice cards when it comes to your relationships. I'm actually going to do that now. I knew I forgot to pull some cards for you guys. So let me just pull a couple of cards when it comes to your relationships. We'll see what you're meant to be learning right now. Channel your creative passion and sensuality. Welcome the transformation. And then we have ancestral healing. Your ancestors are holding space for you to heal your past. That is so cute. I love that. And then let's see what chakra is coming up for a lot of you guys. Let's see. Nice, nice. Oh my God, I love that. So this is so fucking important. Oh my God. Okay. So this is another one. So feel free to pause the video if you feel drawn to give this a little read. So what you're basically aiming for is a lot of expression through your throat, okay? So you have the throat chakra. This is going to be the main one for you to really express and bring in new friendships, new relationships into your life. You may start to attract new people into your life that might not be romantic, and then romantic will come second, okay? Romantic will come afterwards. So we have the throat chakra, creative expression. I'm committed to sharing and revealing my thoughts and feelings by being creative in my communication style and using expressive language. This could also represent you as how you do your career. So you could use your throat a lot with your career. You could be even like, I'm seeing like throat singing and yodeling, like a really weird way of like expressing the throat. Obviously no hate to anyone who yodels, but also I'm hearing like omming and chanting. You could want to try chanting. You could want to really just connect to your throat chakra. I'm also picking up some of you guys are gurus, spiritual gurus, you know, you could be influencers, you could be actors, this is your person as well, so they could also be an actor or like a voice actor. I express myself through singing, talking, sighing, laughing and crying, and through using my creative talents. I consciously use my senses to express my world more fully. I see, hear, smell and feel more, and I become more aware of my surroundings, such as the weather, aromas, people, natures, sounds and sights. I love that. So that is really nice, especially with this, because it's basically about being really present in your body and not avoiding natural emotions that you should be feeling anyway. You know, I love that. Welcome that transformation, girl. Don't be afraid to be expressive. Okay, beautiful. Yum, yum, yum. Okay, so let's get you some astrology cards and we'll see. Oops, let's have a look at your person. Let's see who they are. Let's see this person. So I'm not really getting a lot for your person. So we'll see what wants to come out and then we'll kind of ask them to come in if they want to come in. There we go. Of course we have Libra. Why wouldn't we have Libra? So we also have Sag, we have Libra there, and we have Pisces. So these could be their star sign as well. This person, if they have Libra in their chart, they might not actually be a Libra. They might not actually literally have Libra in their chart. They just might really like balance. They could also have Venus, Taurus in their chart as well. Okay, we have Virgo. I love that, like pink and green. Two very strong heart chakra zodiac signs, like two zodiac signs that really work with the heart chakra a lot, and Cancer is what I'm picking up. Ooh, nice. Scorpio, hi. I'm also hearing this could also be you. So if you have any of these in your chart, this is just confirmation that this is your group. And then we have waning crescent. Okay, so I do see a really yummy start. It feels uncomfortable when you first are around this person. It's like, oh my God, this is actually a relationship. I'm scared. That's kind of what I'm hearing. And it's just new. It's just new. It's just something that is just a delicate situation. Just being really delicate with yourself. And yeah, beautiful. So your person could be a Libra, Virgo, Scorpio, Taurus, Sag, what was the other one? Sag, Libra, Pisces. There we go. So water or air with a little bit of earth in there. I really like these two together. This could be a partnership. This could be a partnership. These two are really working really nicely together. Lots of harmony and balance with your partnership. A lot of you guys could have may have had to learn balance quite quickly in your life from a very young age. You might struggle with balance, especially if you do have very strong Libra aspects in you. Because a lot of the time as Libras tend to just shove stuff under the rug And yeah, it can be quite unhealthy, but it's just something that you guys learn if that's something that feels right for you. Lovely. So when it comes to this connection, there is a sense of rebellion. And I do definitely feel like, because a lot of you guys have really had to do a lot of emotional work, but a lot of you guys have felt definitely very stuck when it comes to relationships. You've had a lot of people that have put their authority onto you. You've had a kind of confusing connection with authority. So I feel like you're breaking out of that. We have Mars in Aquarius, Mars in Capricorn, Mercury in Gemini. You are really getting comfortable with asserting yourself when it comes to authorities. And authority could literally be something as simple as a mother or father who don't really respect you, don't really respect your views, the fact that you have your own life, they don't really respect that. So there's been a sense of like perfectionism from you. So your main goal really is to be as versatile as possible. Don't be afraid to change up your daily routine. That's going to really help you. But for a lot of you guys, you're just attracting somebody who loves you for who you are. They don't have any ulterior motives. They're not somebody who's uncomfortable, who's feisty, who has yucky energy. Like, they make you feel really comfortable and they make you feel like you can just express, be yourself, things like that. A lot of people have very much criticised you, and I'm picking up on a Scottish heritage or Irish. I just like got an accent coming through in my throat. I got like a Irish or Scottish, very different, I know, but that's kind of what I was picking up on. I'm picking up on your heritage as well, like suppressing you. Maybe you're hearing I have to do things a certain way, or you're also very critical on yourself and you see a lot, but no one really has been listening to you. So when you start to really realise who you are or go towards what you love, you're going to start to be listened to, and your person's going to be on the other side of that. Because it's really about loving yourself. If you have had the karma of having a lot of narcissists around you, your karma is to really turn that around and really realise how fucking sexy and amazing you are, and to really use that throat chakra. Your person can also be very critical on themselves. You've had a lot of critical partners as well. A lot of people who are very, very perfectionistic. It's made you just feel really uncomfortable. So you're not going to have that anymore. Okay, let's get you a couple of advice cards. Nice. Okay. Ooh, we have Sophia, divine plan, wisdom, intelligence within, and destiny. Ooh, yes. Oh, I love that. My Libra-ness is like, ha ha ha. I love that. I'm so excited. Okay, so beautiful. Okay, this is definitely about perfectionism. A lot of you guys definitely suffer with that. So it's really about learning not to define yourself by the people you're around, and to really just define yourself by who you are. Like, it's so important to have your own path, to have your own opinions, and to realise that you're allowed to grow, you're allowed to transition, you're allowed to be different, you're allowed to do things. You know, it's really about that, giving yourself some fucking permission, girl, and just doing what feels right for you, what feels comfortable, you know, all that beautiful, yummy stuff. And we also have this lovely soul recognition, collaboration, partnership, friendship. You could be friends. You could have a collaboration before you know, come into a relationship. You have a definite similar goal. So you could, I'm seeing like your person works for a company, you work for yourself. Your person, as with their company, approaches you. I'm seeing like your person leading and then a group of people behind them, and they're all like moving towards you like chess pieces on a chessboard. And they're all like moving towards you, and this person comes with a lot of different creative ideas, and they kind of help you to move forward in a project or something, but both of you recognize each other. You're like, that's my man, that's my woman. Like, you just know for a fact that that is your person. Okay, so where are you guys right now? I'm hearing the name David. For some of you guys, just heard David. This person might have like a biblical name. Lovely. So you are basically recognizing your power. That is you coming into the relationship. That is you now. Let's see your person. Ooh, okay, we've got to have one more. Let's see what's after the golden egg. What happens when they birth themselves, bitch? Yes, relationship. Oh, I'm so excited. Oh my God. So this person births themselves out, and then they are ready for a relationship. This person's hiding. They've been hiding for a very, very long time. What is this sun? Sun in Gemini. A lot of this person could be a Gemini. They could have dealt with a lot of identity issues. This is a relationship. The swan represents to me is a very, very deep message. It's like this reflection of relationships, how it reflects in your life, but also swans mate for life. So it's this definite like, I'm committed to you, fully committed. This is them in the relationship and this is you. So both of you are birds, but different types of birds, and they represent different things. Your person is just, they're really sexy. They're not showing me what they look like, but you're looking at them and you're like, fuck, you are so yummy. Let's have sex. Sorry for those of you who are under 18, but that's just, oh my God, I love that. And then we have the earthworm underneath. Like, a lot of you guys have definitely struggled to really be yourself. This relationship is gonna fucking blow that out. You're gonna have a lot of laughing, a lot of laughter, a lot of cuteness, a lot of fun. It's gonna be so, guys, it's so fun. I'm hearing, why do you think you need to have a relationship right now? And I'm also hearing, why do you feel like you have to define your relationship by what it is? Just have a relationship. You don't actually have to define it. You don't have to basically explain it to anybody. You've always had to explain yourself to people. We also have this card as well, which is an extra message for some of you guys. A lot of it is to do with balancing out your attention, where your attention's going. You're very intense. Some of you guys, you have a very intense side to you. So it's really about allowing yourself to be that intense and really, acknowledging that and being that. There's nothing wrong with being intense. That makes you fucking amazing. Why would you ever want to suppress a side of you? At the end of the day, unless it's like destructive to your health, why the fuck would you want to suppress that? A lot of us have been brought up with a lot of shame, and it has definitely obstructed our sense of self-worth. And especially for women, the shame is normally around their body and like having to be polite all the time and things like that. With men, there's a massive shame around being sensitive and being emotional, and it's just like, makes me angry, guys. Honestly, I wish I could just... lots of things. There's lots of things I could say, but I'm not going to do that. Oh my God. There's a lot of things I was just about to say. I was like, oh girl, maybe I shouldn't say that on YouTube. But honestly, guys, I wish I could change a lot of these things, but that's why I'm here, giving you the messages and the vibes. So let's get started with your tea leaf reading, and let's see about your marriage life and your person. Okay guys, so we have two earth signs, got Taurus and we have Virgo in the cards. So that's really nice, got Virgo here. So we also have, what's this? This is lunar eclipse in Virgo, and we have full moon with the waning gibbous moon. This is basically about just life cycles and changes. A lot of you guys could have really, I'm hearing, revealed and dealt with your karma. A lot to do with relationships or money, a sense of receiving. That's basically what you've been dealing with. A lot of you guys are very resistant, or your partner has been resistant in their relationships, and they are now learning to loosen up and not be so resistant. We had love underneath the deck, which I showed you guys earlier. I love that. So we have grace, compassion. You guys got some yummy ones. We have affection, friendship, and beauty. I love when I get friendship in a love reading, because to me it just shows that the friendship is going to be so yummy. This person is going to be like your best friend. You're going to have lots of friends. You're going to have so much balance with your friendships and your romantic life. You're not going to, go off with your man or your woman and just be like, nah, fuck off friends, leave me alone. It's like you're going to have such a nice balance when it comes to your relationships. Okay, so let's have a look at your tea leaves. Let's see what's going on here. All right, so... okay, so I see this person's going to add a lot of big changes to your life. They are basically a catalyst of change. We have this plus sign and we have Saturn. So these two together is like boom. The star is highlighted as well. We've got a tiny little bit of leaf on there, which is showing me divine timing. This is showing me here that there's a lot of light being shown around animals and caring. They could be a vet, they could be a doctor. When it comes to your marriage life, like I say, they're going to bring a lot of, obviously a lot of love into the connection. But both of you, I'm hearing it's really about how much you add to the connection as well. It's not even about just your personal relationships are two to tango. We have Gemini and Cancer being highlighted. So your marriage is going to be all about family. You're going to be at home a lot because that's what you want. You're going to have a really gorgeous home. I'm seeing a lot of white in your house. I'm seeing some of you guys wearing a pointy hat. So some of you guys might like dressing up. You might just wear a pointy hat. And I'm hearing like a goal post. So a lot of you guys are trying to get a goal. I'm picking up on like neck pain in the right side of my neck, which is so random. So a lot of you guys could get neck pain. I'm hearing don't be on the computer too long. You could have a job that, you know, you're on the computer a lot of the time, which, you know, is most people nowadays. It sounds so old when I say that, but nowadays. So I do see it's really important to make sure there is balance in the marriage. As somebody who, you know, it could be you or the other person who tends to go towards more people-pleasing tendencies, it's very important to talk and to speak your truth and to explain how you feel. It's all right to express your fears around the relationship. Anytime you get fears coming up, especially if you have dealt with a lot of anxiety, that's how you process stuff. If you've not been treated very well in relationships, it's really important to just tell this person how you feel, okay? So I'm seeing you're not actually going to get into a relationship with them and until like 3 months after meeting them. It's going to be quite a bit of time before you actually come into a relationship, because I just see that's how it happens. And that's actually going to create a really nice friendship. Both of you, this person's going to create a safety around you. They're going to make you feel really, really safe. They're going to make you feel so much compassion, and basically this person's going to allow your heart to open. And you're going to, for what you're going to add to the relationship is you're going to allow this person to see their true beauty. This person has always felt, honestly, just quite ugly. Like they felt ugly. They felt not worthy. And especially with my men, you know, it's very like, there's a massive stigma around men and their physical appearance and beauty and things like that. Like men need to feel sexy as well as women, you know, and women need to feel sexy as well as men. So when it comes to your partner, it's really important to make them feel loved and make them feel appreciated. And that's what you want to do, because you actually are very, very unconditional. Your person gives you that very strong masculine sense of self. So your person may be a very strong masculine. If you are attracting a male, they are going to be very masculine. They're going to be like a natural masculine. Like they're going to be, when I say this, I mean they're very connected to their masculine side. If they're a female, they're very, very feminine, very delicate, like a pixie or a fairy kind of energy. And yeah, they're telling me they don't want to tell you what this person looks like because it might ruin it, but this person is fucking hot. Like you see them, you're like, I'm actually kind of scared how attractive you are, because you get kind of scared of like, is something gonna happen? Is something gonna ruin this? Because you've always been in fear a lot of the time, because you've been taught that you have to be in fear all the time. So your person's gonna calm that down, and I feel like your nervous system's gonna be quite calm. You're going to feel beautiful in this relationship. You're going to feel very, very attractive, really, really sexy. And you don't have to take your clothes off to feel sexy. A lot of the time, you know, a lot of your relationships possibly have been, I have to expose my body. I have to, you know, really show people like, you know, my body parts. And it's like, you don't have to do that. This person's going to be like, damn, you are so fucking hot, because they see you. They don't just project onto you what they want from you. They literally see you for who you are, which is so, so, so yummy. And we have this card, reflection and listen. So both of you are going to be a very strong reflection of each other. And I do feel like you will learn how to listen more, because your head is very busy. You don't mean to not listen, but I think sometimes you forget to kind of engage. So this person's going to, you know, help you to listen more, because they're going to make you feel more in your body. A lot of the time you felt very much like you've disassociated or you're not in the room, and this person's going to help you to be very present in your body. And this person's going to, they're not used to your type of energy. You're very mature, and this person has definitely dealt with a lot of narcissists, a lot of immaturity. I'm seeing, wow, you are like no one I've ever met, and I'm so glad I met you. It's going to be really exposing to you. It's going to feel very vulnerable, but it's going to be so yummy. So they keep asking me to pull one of these cards, so I'm going to do that. And then we'll get your letters for your person. So I'm also seeing, I'm hearing, make your marriage the way you want it. Some of you guys, I'm actually seeing you won't get married for a very, very, very long time before you while you're in the relationship. It might be like 7 years, because marriage isn't really super important. It is important, but it's just up to you how you want to go about it. I'm also seeing your diet's going to change. You're going to have quite a spiritual wedding. And what I mean by that is there's lots of flowers, there's lots of crystals, there's lots of celestial stuff, like lots of moons and stars. There's lots of like fairy stuff. You might even dress up like elvish. You might be like an elf in a woods. You know, it might be like you want all of your guests to dress in Harry Potter. You know, it feels very magical, it feels very ethereal, lots of fairy lights. The wedding I do also see being in a tropical place or a lot of flowers, a lot of woodland. You might also have a professional photographer who edits, so they might edit in like woodland creatures and things like that. It just feels very fun, delicate, sensitive, yummy. Okay, so the last advice here we have: get grounded. Empaths, highly sensitives, connect with nature. So your person's going to see you for who you are, and you're not going to have to adjust for them, which is very different for you. You've never really, you know, had a relationship where you've not had to adjust. So this is going to be a different type of adjusting for you. You are not alone. Ancient ancestors stand beside you. I'm hearing, you are not alone. That song makes me cringe. I think I heard it too many times. Okay, I'm hearing I'm a truck driver. I just heard that so around like a little kid saying I'm a truck driver. So for some of you guys, this person might literally be a truck driver. That is so fucking random. But you know, that's spirit. They give me messages when I'm ready to hear them. Okay, so let's get your letters. So we have T, A, we have lots of I's. You've been around a lot of selfish people. This person isn't like that. They've also been around a lot of selfish people, so they don't want to attract that in their life. So those are your letters. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this long, personalized reading. I hope you enjoyed it. If you would like to, please check down below for my rates and crystal shop, and I'll speak to you very soon. Bye. Hello, group number 3. Let's get started with your reading. So you guys got the beautiful rhodonite. That is your crystal. So you guys also got the cards of Release and Rise. You are the only group with 2 cards, so I love that. These are the Seasons of Mama cards. They are from a midwife, I think, made them. Really, really beautiful. So I got those from Etsy if anyone is interested. Okay, so let's get you some cards first of all. Let's see where your love life is right now and if there's any extra info. I'm going to give this a good old shuffle. Okay, so the first one we have is the Underworld. We have Strength. We have the Universe. Oops. We then have the Ancestors. The Alchemist. And Speak Truth. So everything is pretty much about getting to the root of issues. So a lot of the time I feel like from your family there's been a lot of unresolved kind of trauma. So definitely one of you in your family, probably you who's actually watching this video, is the only one kind of in your family who's doing a lot of the work, emotional work or therapy. You are definitely the cycle breaker in your in your relationships. You are here to have a really yummy, beautiful relationship with someone, and when it comes to your relationships, you do take them very seriously. So it's very important to have a good connection to the people around you, where you're not just kind of cycling and recycling every relationship and having the same connection over and over again, but in different people. So for a lot of you guys, you've reflected over the last couple of years how your love life is and just basically how your romantic relationships have been. And a lot of them, I feel like you've discovered that a lot of them is the root of your family and how that's affected your life. So when it comes to speaking your truth, this is basically the key to manifesting some really lovely relationships. A lot of you guys have been around people that have always shoved stuff under the rug, or you've had to do that or you've always had people who are very intense and you've never really been able to be listened to, be heard. So your love life right now is definitely changing. I don't see you connecting with anyone narcissistic anymore, anyone that has ill intentions of you. And of course people do this out of their own, learning. They're obviously not doing this on purpose, because obviously hurt people. Like, people who are hurt will hurt people. So for you guys, I definitely see a lot of major shifts. I do see some fast movement. I see you guys changing your career. I see externally a lot of things changing. You are purchasing some big purchases because of the money that you're bringing in, which is very, very nice. And I also see that because we have the Chariot, you're going to bring in a lot of emotional people who have, who you can connect to emotionally, who want to be emotional with you and bring up a lot of stuff that you possibly haven't been able to really experience. You may have had a lot of relationships that didn't really give you a lot of emotional appreciation. They didn't really help you a lot. They may have been very uncomfortable, and it's because that is what you've been around. We only attract the people who we've witnessed in our family. Our first relationship is with our parents. Our first connection is with our parents. So if that was toxic, or there was any unspoken, possibly passive aggressive stuff, everything's really shoved under the rug, then you will attract some people who are like that. So you're definitely the cycle breaker, like I mentioned, and you're definitely attracting people who are much, much better for you, who obviously everyone's good for you. Even if they're narcissistic, you're learning from it, but you're definitely attracting people who have very strong willpower, who want to do good by you. They don't want to hurt you, and this is very different for you. You've not really been used to doing this. So you have the Ten of Pentacles in the upright, which is really nice. So a lot of you guys are bringing stability. Your relationships are going to start to be much more stable. You're definitely at the end of a cycle, which is really nice. You're definitely, I feel like the key to a lot of your healing, like I say, is your family. So if you bring up family in, like therapy sessions, or through reading, or like writing your diary, or any sort of emotional healing, it's going to really, really heal a lot of your relationships. Like, it's going to really help you to rise and release, which is what we have. So with the Ten of Cups, Ten of Wands, a cycle has pretty much ended now with toxic people. I do feel like your boundaries are really, really, really good, or you're working on your boundaries. The Alchemist and Ancestors is basically you flipping everything you've learned from your family, and changing it, and really realizing what's good for you, what's not good for you, and things like that. I love that. Very, very short little message there, so that's really nice. I'm hearing an empowered woman, which is so nice. Obviously you don't have to be a woman, but empowered person. Okay, lovely. So we have the throat chakra, and we have the King of Swords, which is so interesting. Everything has been all about like how you're actually speaking, actually getting it out. And if people can't handle your emotions and your thoughts and your things like that, and they can't be there present in the present moment to process it with you, a lot of the time that's just a them problem, So this is an extra message to you. So if you want to pause the reading, please feel free to give that a little read. I'm also picking up on another one as well. This is a really strong one for you, which is your sensuality. I have this little moon crystal over here, and I'm really being drawn to show you it. These are the ones I sell in my shop. Just rose quartz in general is just really, really good for you. So that's just really good for you at the moment, just to help you feel comfortable in your body. It helps you just to feel more comfortable expressing yourself. Because a lot of anger we feel is because of our heart chakra. It's because we are suppressing things. So your partner's also going to be somebody who wants to actually communicate with you, wants to have conversations with you, wants to express himself with you. So you can expect to have a very mutual agreement in your relationship where you both really speak your truth. It's going to be hard, but it's because that's why you have the throat chakra. This is what you're aiming towards for your next relationship. So throat chakra, truthfulness. And this is going to ripple into every single relationship you have. Like, your partnerships, like your romantic relationships, are no different to friendships. The only difference is sexual intimacy. They're all the same. Because at the end of the day, you start off as a friend and then you end up intimate. And at the end of the day, friendships are emotionally intimate. You can have a really deep connection with a friend. It can be so fucking healing, because that's what humanity is all about. Humanity is literally just connecting with each other. There's no difference from a partner to a friend, That's just society will try to make us feel like that. Okay, so basically your friends are as important as your romantic relationships. and they help you heal and they help you realize things about yourself. So I'm picking up, if you've ever had anyone around you, especially romantic, who have always been distant from you, they've always been very resistant, that's their own shit, you know, and try to take that on as your own. This is these sort of people are scared of expressing themselves, and there's no amount of like pushing or forcing that's going to help them to like express it. They have to do it on their own, okay? The people you're going to be around, you don't have to force them to do anything. Like, you don't have to force them to express themselves. You won't ever feel like you need to. It will just be, you'll both be open, because you can see how people are really like how people really do, basically you're very psychic, so you see the truth in people, and it can be quite hurtful for you. It can be very painful, because you're like, why are you not acting like why are you not acting like this? And it's like, because they don't know how they're actually acting. They don't know, you know, how to be like how you're seeing, because you can see their higher self, and that could be really hard for people to actually be that, you know, if that's their learning and that's what they learn. People can only learn at the capacity they've learned. Okay. Throat chakra, truthfulness. I'm truthful and honest with myself. I aim to overcome any fears about speaking my truth, and I speak in a loving, considerate way. My personal empowerment comes from telling the truth and letting others know who I am. Others will be positively uplifted when they hear my truth, and I take care not to exaggerate in order to impress them. I'm careful not to let my mind mislead me, and in turn others. I avoid gossiping or speaking negatively of others. Boom. Love that. Okay, let's get you some more advice in your love life. Wow, that was quick. We have shadow work. There are no shadows without light. Sensitivity. I read that as like the word sexy, and I hear it sexy, everything about you. So that song, I actually really love that song. It's so fun. Okay, so we have sensitive soul, strengthen your boundaries and cut cords, and then we have abundance. Move with a flow of abundance around and through you. And this is basically saying you just got to do your own thing, and people will swim towards you. You know, you will never have to isolate yourself or adjust yourself for the right people. They'll just kind of come into your life, and that is pretty much a fact. Like, I can pretty much say that with full confidence. And then we have soul growth. Growth is never easy. Have faith and trust in the journey, which is really beautiful. Let me just adjust my microphone here, guys. Sorry. Okay. Lovely. All right. So let's get you one more advice card, and then we'll move on to your person, who they are and things like that. Nice. Say yes. Expand through the extremes. Trust life. Yeah, and it does feel pretty uncomfortable at the moment. The rose thread, inner call, soul-led, the mystic, living courageously. Fertile void, inner winter, rest, patience, potency, and secret beginnings. Yes. Oh, I love this one. Morning dew, clarity, a fresh start, a positive outlook. That is just so gorgeous. Oh, love it. Okay, so that is your kind of main messages for your love life right now and where you're headed. Let's have a look and see who your person is. And we're going to see who this person is. So I feel like for a lot of you guys, you are going to meet this person, like I say a lot, but you're going to meet this person very unexpectedly. I don't see you knowing when you're going to meet them. You're not really meant to have a timing. You may have a timing come up, you know, maybe my intuition will be like, oh, you know, next 3 months or something. But honestly, the less you know, the better. You know, that's what they're saying. The less you know, the better. Okay. All right. So let's get you some days. How are they going to meet their person? How are they going to meet their person? Okay. We have the 9th house, Pisces, and we also have Uranus. So I'm hearing this is no joke. This is really intense. So we have Uranus, 9th house, and we have Pisces. Beautiful. Okay. You're going to meet your person when you're a lot more comfortable expressing your authentic side, when you're more comfortable expressing your spiritual or religious side. Like, you're literally just who you are. And if people don't like it, they can literally fuck off. Like, that's literally your energy. Uranus is about really big random change. So you can expect like a random change to happen before meeting this person, but it's really good. To me, it feels like I'm hearing a ticket to ride. That's what I'm hearing. So it's almost like you're given the opportunity to change something. Yeah, to like drastically change something. I'm hearing you have a ticket, so take it. I'm picking up on I'm picking up on a timing now. I'm actually hearing January 2023, and where we are right now, I'm filming this in May 2022. So that is about roughly like 8-ish months. Is that right? May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, January. 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh my god, that literally is 8 months. Okay, so yeah, about 8 months time, you could meet this person. If not, I just see that you're gonna be, when you meet this person, it's because you're in a place of acceptance with who you are, especially around your psychic, abilities, especially around your sensitivity. You're no longer resisting it, because the more you resist who you actually are, the harder life is. Because at the end of the day, if you are literally living with your soul that has come here to learn things, that has come here to express stuff, why would you want to suppress it and force it down and, change yourself? You want to be yourself, you want to express who you are, you want to express your spirituality, you don't want to suppress that. And also, if you have these abilities, why wouldn't you want to share them? You want your mans or your women's to realise how amazing you are, and also they can benefit off them too. That is going to be what you add to this relationship and this marriage. It's going to be a very spiritual marriage as well. I see like a very spiritual relationship for both of you. You might meditate with each other. Spirituality is a all-encompassing thing. Spirituality just is a thing. There's no really definition of spirituality, but to me what I'm seeing is you're both very aware of your emotions, you're both meditating with each other. There's yoga. This is very new for you. You've not really experienced this type of connection. You've always been around people who have a just to be very blunt, I'm hearing just a lower vibration to you, and there's nothing wrong with that. Everyone's at a different vibration, everyone's at a different energy, but what you've experienced is you've experienced people who don't have emotional awareness, or they don't know themselves enough to be very emotionally aware, and that can be quite destructive, because if that's something that needs to be talked about, you can struggle to talk about it with them. Okay, but that's not going to be with this person. So it really is about rising through the ashes. It really is about rising up. And what this is showing me is you're no longer feeling suppressed by certain energies or people. You're literally rising. You might even end up meeting this person after leaving your family home, or after ending a toxic relationship, ending a toxic connection with somebody. Because what I'm seeing is, well, we have healing and happiness. That makes a lot of sense. The more you heal, the more happy you feel. And you know what's going to be good and what's going to be bad for you. And grounding. When we're in a bit of a confusing state, we don't know what's good for us. We don't know what's good and what's bad for us, So let's see who this person is. Let's see who they are. We have Gemini. We have 8th house, Pisces, waning gibbous moon. I'm hearing you guys need to listen to some music, get your energy flowing. Aries, a lot of you guys have been bedbound or have been feeling really stuck, emotionally or physically. Of course, we have Uranus. There we go. I'm going to read from the deck from that, from the book with that card, because that's obviously popping up for a reason. Your person is like lighting your stuff up, which is why shadow work is so important before you meet this person. Pretty sure we had the card of shadow work, because basically our relationships actually, it's interesting, because this is why I love relationships, right? Okay, so basically we've been taught that having a relationship is a way of escaping your problems. What it actually does, it actually highlights your issues. That's literally what it does. So all the time you're thinking, oh my god, I love this person, so amazing, avoidance. Then when you actually are with them for a longer time, you're like, oh my god, why am I resenting this person? Why am I starting to hate myself with this person? And it's because this person is lighting up the stuff you're trying to avoid. It's like, oh, it's so fascinating. I love that. I'm obsessed with relationships. I just think they're gorgeous. So it's uncomfortable, but it's like amazing. We have so many moons. We have waxing crescent, first quarter, waning gibbous. Your person also, I'm hearing, darling, don't forget to charge your crystals. I love that. That's so funny. Oh my god, they're literally reminding you to charge your fucking crystals. That is literally the perfect man right there. Perfect partner. Yes, they're very devoted to you. That is gorgeous. Yeah, and the thing is with Saturn in Libra is devotion to me. Like, can you see this bird is like dead on the floor? Sometimes the devotion can be quite detrimental to your health or your body, because if you're literally sacrificing yourself for somebody, it can be very toxic to you. And if you've been taught to do that, especially my women, you've been taught to basically suppress yourself for your man's or your woman's, it can be very toxic. And we are literally, as a humanity, we're rising and we are releasing, like these cards, to not always be there for the person all the time, because at the end of the day, that person you're with, they have to deal with their own shit too. They have to deal with their own stuff. So we have speculation with the Jupiter in Cancer. We have choice. Yeah, a lot of you guys are going to be thinking, is this the right person? The reason why you're going to think that, though, is because it's really good and you've not had that before. You've not had good, easy relationships, and this is going to be something that makes you feel very safe. That convention, to me, is not like it's a conventional relationship. To me, it's safety. To me, this person makes you feel conventionally safe. So they give you a house, they give you a car, whatever. They can actually give you that physically because they might actually even have enough money. You will, though, bring in your own money into the relationship. You will end up sharing your finances because you trust this person. And we have Mercury in Cancer. This person, fucking intuitive. You are fucking intuitive. Both of you are fucking intuitive. I'm seeing like a bag of pick and mix and you're both reaching in and grabbing sweets, and I'm just seeing this like really young, gentle connection, and both of you could even have met from childhood. You both could have known each other from when you were children. If not, you just feel very childlike with them. This is definitely a past life relationship. It feels really, really yummy. Let's get you a couple of advice cards and then we're going to see what this Uranus card is all about. Get back into balance. Soothe your soul. Lovely. There is no worries when it comes to relationships. Sometimes they just feel really uncomfortable, and that's okay. You know, it's okay to feel uncomfortable sometimes. We have live in the now in the reverse, so definitely you guys need to start living in the now. Living in the now. Okay, let's get you your advice here with Uranus. Let's see. So Uranus is obviously a planet, and it rules the rebel. Did we have rebel? No, we didn't. I think there's a card that says rebel on it, but we didn't have it today. Okay, so this represents blue appetite, sky, electricity, storms, lightning, and metal. That's literally what this relationship is. It's like, boom, you're in a relationship. All of a sudden, you're like, oh my God, I'm actually in a relationship. This is kind of fun, but kind of scary. Okay, it is time to do the unexpected. Take a leap into the unknown. Well, I can't speak. Hi, Mercury retrograde. Hi, how you doing, bitch? It is time to do the unexpected. Take a leap into the unknown with the arrival of Uranus. I'm also hearing that you might get a phone call, a text, or like a message through a reading or through therapy that really resonates with you, and you're like, oh my God, that is so good. I'm going to do that right now. And it really changes your life. It could be a quote. It could be a thing somebody says. It could be a photo you see on Instagram. Something switches and you're ready to make that change. Okay, whatever it is. Okay, this card is all about rebellion. A little bit can be healthy, liberating even, but a lot can be devastating. The choice is yours and yours alone. Going against the grain in a world that wants us to conform, it just feels good sometimes. Yes, bitch. Approach solving a problem from a new angle. Sometimes taking a step back and observing a situation objectively gives you a fresh idea. Imagine if the world's greatest inventors gave up the first time their ideas didn't work, or when their peers called them crazy. We will be missing all of these amazing things that shaped our lives. What contribution can you make to history? Uranus frees you from your Uranus frees you of your limitations and preconceived ideas of what is possible. He is here to liberate you from the bonds of conformity. Freedom, rebellion, invention, electric destruction, creation, discover. I like this last one where it says he is here to liberate you from the bonds of conformity. Your relationship is not conforming. Which is funny because you have convention. Also, this is the Arcana Astrology. It's literally life-changing, this deck. It has an amazing book with all this information. But what I'm seeing is with the element of the 11th house in Aquarius. Aquarius is air. It also rules in the internet. So what this is showing me is you could meet through online. And what was the other thing? The relationship is Aquarian. So it's very new. It's very new age. It's very rebellion. Both of you have very strong humanitarian tendencies. Like you want to really change the world. Yeah, it's like not light. It's very, very intense. I'm hearing you could also meet them at a spa. Like you could literally be like at a spa day with your girlfriends or your guy friends. The guys do that, but if you do, that's amazing. And you're literally just at a spa. And you're just like chilling and you literally see this person and you're like, oh my God, I have to go talk to them, and you suddenly do it. That is Uranus energy, is where you suddenly get a boost. Did we have the 11th house? Oh my God, 8th house. This is literally what it is. It's like Uranus is like going to do that right now. The universe like pushes you to get you to do that, and you don't even think about it, and that is when you know they're the right person. It can be a karmic connection. Most things are karmic in life. Most things are karmic, but in this way it's a good karmic thing. It is literally a good karmic lesson. Okay, so let's have a look at your marriage life and let's do your tea leaf reading. Okay guys, so for your group you had 4th house, 1st house, lunar eclipse. You may like the name Luna as well. The moon just might be really, really powerful on the time you meet them. You might actually like meet them on a birthday or an event. I also see you're going to be at your house when you meet them. It could be, like I say, online most likely, or you could have like a group party, or you could have a party or something, and then they could be, you know, randomly invited by a friend or something like that. But I definitely, sorry, my chest is really wheezy. There's something in my chest there. Okay, so we have dreams, endurance, generosity, and appreciation. What I'm seeing is there's not going to be any resistance in the marriage. This is going to be very natural. I see you being married a year into getting to know each other. We have Libra, Scorpio, Capricorn, Pisces, Taurus, Gemini, and Cancer being highlighted. Cancer and Libra being the most highlighted. Okie dokie. So let's have a look at your marriage life. Let's see what's going on. I see a train. You might need to go on a train to actually visit them. They drive. They like to drive. They love driving. They love anything to do with communication. They would love to talk to you. Lots of texting. You're always in communication with each other. There's definitely a strong trust with both of you. You've never really been in a relationship where you trust somebody. So that's really new. I see that your person may gift you a pet, which is really funny. I love that. But it's going to be obviously a dual kind of connection, a dual pet, like both it be yours and your partner's pet. Your person is going to love giving you surprises. You might even hate them, but you might learn to love them after being with this person, because you're going to loosen them up. It's going to be like, you might not like surprises because you've always had to kind of stay in control, or you might have been around a lot of people who like to control you, and that's why you don't like surprises, but this person is going to surprise you a lot. Your marriage is going to be really easy. I don't see any problems really. The only thing I'm seeing is there's a little bit of disruption around vulnerability. Both of you do struggle to be vulnerable, but communication is absolute key as always. There's this kind of like masculine to the barbed wire kind of vibe. There's this Mercury to the barbed wire. A lot of like both of you might close up to when you struggle to communicate. So you might actually have in your therapy sessions, you might express to your therapist or whoever you have a therapy session with what issues you're having, and then you end up communicating them, because it's basically you're learning that it's safe to communicate. I see you traveling a lot. I do see you being at home for quite a bit when you're with this person. You love being at home with them. Your home is your sanctuary. Let's see. I'm seeing like a ship as well. One of you guys is religious, if that's something that you would like. If you're very spiritual, they're probably not going to be religious. So we have Saturn. After a Saturn return, you could meet this person. After your Saturn return, so you can just Google like Saturn return calculator. Yeah, this Saturn energy is really big. This is like you've waited a long time for a relationship. This is showing me you have your Saturn in your 7th house, or 7th house in Saturn, something like that, because you've had to wait a long time to get into a relationship that you really enjoy. Or your karma's just deeply rooted in relationships because you really care about relationships. Like that is something you both deeply care about. Your person's like sunshine on a stick. That's what they're telling me. They're literal sunshine. They have this energetic aura that's so lovely. And I'm sorry guys, I'm not getting too much about the marriage, but honestly, there's no issues. There's nothing really to explain. It's just this person's going to open you up to travel. You'll love to travel after being with this person, or when you're with this person, sorry. And your identity is going to really change before you meet them. Especially with your hair, you're going to have more comfort with having your hair natural, your body natural, your face natural. You're not going to have to conform to be beautiful. You just fucking are so sexy, and your person's going to be touching you all the time. There's going to be a lot of physical attraction with this group. Like, this group feels very sexual, and I'm not going to go into it because it's not an 18+ reading. I'm hearing I wish I could, but I can't. I'm seeing both of you like holding hands on the first date, and it is the most weirdest feeling for you. Like I'm getting really sweaty hands. Like you're both like, whoa. Like you literally just touch hands and you're like, that is weird. Because you haven't been in a relationship for so long, or even in the relationship you have been in, they haven't really been relationships. Like they have, but like you're like, what the fuck were they? I don't even know. Okay, so let's get you your dice. Let's see. I'm hearing I am your sunshine, your only sunshine. Getting the song Sunshine in my head. Getting the song Lollipop by Mika. The amount of times that song has come into my head during readings is actually insane. But I just saw the word love in that. That is so funny. Okay. You may meet them for a sibling as well. Got an empty one. Alright, so we have the letters S, E, L, I, T, Z, and N. Let me have a blank one. Okay, so that is your reading, guys. I really hope you enjoyed this long reading. If you would like to, please check out my rates below. And yeah, I also have my crystal shut down below as well if you're interested. Have a great day, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye-bye. Hello, group number 4. Let's get started with your reading. You guys chose the beautiful rose quartz. She is a really yummy pink colour. Oh, I just love pink. Okay. So you guys got the card of dream as well. So with your relationship, you are somebody who dreams about relationships a lot. You have very vivid dreams, or you do just genuinely, your dreams are very important to you. You may have a dream journal. You may have quite a lot of Aquarius in your chart. A lot of Aquarians and Pisces tend to dream a lot. That's just because they're very connected to the ethereal energy, like intergalactic energy, like, you know, aliens and things like that. Also, you may very much dream about your person before meeting them. That is very, very like for certain here. And I feel like for you guys, you have a very like high standard of relationships. And what this means to say is, not saying you're a perfectionist, I mean, you might be as well. But what this is telling me is that you definitely romanticize relationships. And when it comes to this, it's really, I'm just going to be very blunt, it's not going to serve you to constantly romanticize them, because you're going to constantly be let down if your person is such high on a pedestal and you are lower than them. And without even realizing that's just something you have been taught, then I feel like for a lot of you guys, it's really time to retake responsibility for your emotions when it comes to relationships. And I'm hearing actually get serious about connections. So what this means is doing things differently when it comes to your relationships. You are very much somebody who needs to work on, or has been working on, self-love. I'm not here to tell you what to do, but that's definitely a strong message, is to work on self-love. And what this means is to get fucking curious about who you are, especially if you are not in a relationship, because there's a massive stigma around not being in a relationship. And what it is our society has showed us and has taught us that if you are not in a relationship, you're unworthy, you are rubbish, you have to basically get a man who, no matter who you are, whatever stage you're in, get a man, rush to get a person. It's always rush culture. It's not natural. And it's like, if you get kids, it's like, when you get another kid, or when you're in a relationship, when you're going to get married, when you're going to have kids, it's like always rushing, and you never actually have, you know, time to just be yourself. So for you, your main lesson right now is to learn to be a sovereign being. Learn to really come into your power. Learn to really wear the fucking crown and not let anyone tell you what to do. And this is really important, especially for my Pisces and Aquarians, because you're very, very sensitive. And I do see a Pisces and Aquarian relationship, especially friendship as well. Okay, underneath destruction, destroying and transforming and destroying and transforming and revitalizing your emotions and the way you see your relationships, especially with family. Looking at your family dynamics. How do the women interact with the men? How do the men interact with the men? How do women interact with women? It's like looking at those connections and what parts of those people, what actions do they take? How do they interact with each other? And how does that affect you? Like, how have you been taught to deal with relationships in a certain way? Because it's not going to serve you anymore. I'm hearing it's not serving you anymore. I'm seeing you getting all your emotions, shoving them in a suitcase, locking it tight and just throwing it, in the corner, and you're always kind of looking at it in your corner of your eye, but you're always avoiding it. It's kind of like the elephant in the room kind of vibe. So this is definitely something that you have been taught, is to avoid and not to deal with stuff. So this is actually asking you to really deal with what's in front of you. And this is for those of you who are very emotional, those of you who are water signs especially, you take on stuff so seriously and so intense. And I know, guys, because I am literally a triple water sign, so I really get you with that. So when it comes to things like this, it's really important to mix things up. If something isn't working, change it, okay? Don't stay stuck in one situation, because you will constantly be disappointed, and then you're like, oh, why can I never find anyone? Why am I always attracting these people? It's like, well, what are you not doing differently? Do you keep, forcing relationships? Are you, not dealing with yourself? Are you constantly looking at what other people are doing? Are you constantly comparing? Are you shoving stuff under the rug? What do you keep doing that keeps attracting these people? And a lot of it is to do with you and how you deal with things and your choices. And it's really about relying on that, realizing that, and relying on yourself, basically. Sorry guys, my words were a bit mixed up. Mercury retrograde for you. There we go. So this is basically what has been preventing you from speaking your truth, is you've been taught to not speak your truth. And basically you're learning to get curious about it. And the more you deal with your subconscious, your dreams are going to get so crazy and interesting, but they're going to teach you and show you what you'll need to deal with. If something needs to pop up, normally it comes up in a dream. There we go. Shadow work is in the reverse. So a lot of you guys haven't done shadow work yet. So I'd highly recommend, if you are ever ready, if you're ever drawn to doing it, or you have heard about it and you're like, oh, I'm kind of curious about that, fucking go for it, okay? Also, I love this black and the pink together. Yum. That is a gorgeous little collaboration there, those two colours. I'm seeing like it's the light and the dark side. It's like you are all things. You are multidimensional. If people don't get you because of like one section of your personality, or they say you're too emotional, you're this or that, who gives a flying fuck? If someone thinks you're too emotional, they're not emotional enough. Okay, not once have I ever said to someone, oh, you're too emotional. Like, that doesn't, like, who gives me the right, what gives me the right to like say that to people? Like, you don't. So basically unhinging yourself from all these different types of patterns that you've been taught that do not fucking serve you, because you are the victim of your trauma. And it's okay to have trauma. That's how we learn. But you have to actually look at it and be like, oh, that's why I keep attracting that person, that's why I'm in this pattern, that's why this keeps popping up. And then you're no longer feeling like the victim anymore. You're feeling empowered. You're using it. You're no longer feeling crippled into fear. You're no longer in crippling fear. You are, expressing and being able to be yourself. And this fact that she's like wearing this white is okay, words. The fact that she's wearing this white dress or this white material is showing me it's like purity. Humans are so fucking amazing. They just have to engage their fucking power. We are so fucking powerful. We've been so suppressed for so damn long. You can tell I'm very passionate about this, guys, honestly. So, okay. 7 of Wands, Knight of Wands, a Hangman. Once you guys actually go into the stuff that you've been avoiding, shit will open up and it will be fucking amazing, okay? I see someone coming in the next 2 to 3 years. I'm hearing 2024 and we're in 2022 right now. So around 2 to 3 years, you are definitely going to manifest somebody who's really creative. They feel very Piscean. They feel really yummy, quite young looking, but they're really fun. They like things that are quite, things like cosplay and artistry and things like that. They could have quite strong Sag in their chart as well. They're very fiery, and basically you're learning to open up more. You need someone to really express yourself too, because if you can't express yourself, where is all that energy going? It's coming back to you, and you're not dispelling it. It's kind of like keeping all your trash in your house, never getting rid of it. It's going to start to smell at some point. You're going to start to realize that it's there. You might not realize it for like a week or two, but after a while you're going to be like, fuck, there's like no room in my house, and you're not going to be able to live, and you're going to start to get stressed and think shit's going to start to smell. So that's basically what goes on when you have stuff that you're storing and you're not releasing it. It's so unhealthy, and it's gonna feel unhealthy. It's gonna feel like, oh, what am I doing wrong? Girl, you're not doing anything wrong. You just have to realize that your power lies in you and what you do with it. I feel like I'm literally being a mum in this reading, like a passionate mother. But like literally, I feel that this is so powerful. This group needs to kick up the bum hole, because I want you to have this freedom. I don't want you to keep feeling you're the issue in your life constantly, because you're not. If people make you feel like shit, they they are hurting. It's their issue, but you've got to be the one to deal with your own stuff that comes back to you, you know? And it's basically, like I say, with empaths, they are literally like this gorgeous, empty, whole cup. And all empaths do is they leave this cup open all the time. If there's narcissists around, narcissists, what they do is they grab their shit and they plop it in the cup, and you then hold on to it, and then you own it as your own stuff. And it's not yours. It's not your shit to deal with. Throw that shit away. Deal with it. Work with it. Look at it. You know, all this stuff is not you. You know, it literally is not you, and it's like putting that fucking crown on and getting out of this uncomfortable mess, because this is not your mess to deal with anymore. So basically, wow, that was amazing. Very fiery. Some of you guys are fire signs. This Hanged Man is saying you are unhinging yourself. You are free, girl. You are fucking free. Fucking go for it. Yes, queen. Make some changes now when you're ready, but make some changes, because there needs to be something in it. Something needs to be initiated for this group for you to actually manifest this relationship you actually want. Because you can imagine it, you can dream it, and it feels like a fantasy. And you're thinking, why can I never manifest these people? But because you're living in this daydream land, you're living in this disassociation land, essentially. Like, you are a physical body who is living life through, you know, like living life and meeting different people, but you have such high expectations because you've always been taught to be very critical in yourself, and therefore what happens when you be critical? You try to escape yourself because you're taught you're not good enough. And then you go into this fantasy land, and fantasy land seems so much nicer than the physical land. But what happens is it's painful. It's fucking painful to keep having people in your life and attracting them when they're not what you see in fantasy land. But you can have that. You can have this fantasy land, but you have to do the work to actually get to this. You have to connect this fantasy into this physical world and connect them up. You can't keep leaving them separate, because you will be constantly disappointed. And I know this is like probably a big ton of bricks on your fucking lap right now, but honestly, guys, I feel so passionate about this reading. Guys, honestly, okay, I'm just going to be very blunt. I have Libra and Cancer in my chart. I have always idolised relationships. Only since I started doing shadow work, and when I was ready to do it, when I was ready to do all this work on myself, when my life fucking started to change, and I started to feel so more empowered, so much more able to speak my truth, so much more able to stop people pleasing, it fucking flipped. And you can do it too. You really are allowed to be powerful. You are allowed to have choices, and you're allowed to speak your fucking truth. You do not deserve to feel like a victim, okay? Your trauma is happening and has happened, and that's okay. It's like your trauma is fucking valid, okay? No, I'm not saying to sweep it under the rug. I'm literally saying like the opposite. So I get that rug and be like, whoop, whoop, sweep it back out. Get your fucking broom, girl. Sweep that shit out. Okay, right. Anyway, let's have a look at your dice. Let's see what's going on. So this is going to be how you meet your person. Boom, boom, boom. That's exactly what I have been saying. Values, emotions, Sagittarius is basically lighting your emotions up. And what it's saying is, like I said, it's like unhinging the lid, like taking the lid off the jar and letting everything just come out. That is what that Sagittarius energy is doing. It's pointing straight to that moon, saying the more you open up, the more you allow yourself to be expressive and not to suppress and not to have everything so perfect all the time, because you're perfect already. Allow your life to be messy. Allow yourself to be human. That is going to be how you meet your person, because you cannot keep doing everything the same way all the time. You got to put those pieces together, and those pieces sometimes might not fit, and that's okay. If they don't fit straight away, you got to find another puzzle piece, okay? It's like putting the fucking puzzle together, and it's like putting a puzzle together without a fucking box to reference it. It's like you can do this yourself, but you have to do it. You actually have to sit down, stare at this puzzle and figure out what the fuck to do and how to piece it together. And yes, it might be a little bit confusing at first, but once you actually have the foundation, you can pretty much do it, okay? Going to be amazing. All right, so let's have a look at your man's or your woman's, and let's see who this person is. So we're going to be looking into the personality and everything like that. So let's have a look at your astrology cards. So let's see what this person is. They're saying pull some more advice cards. Okay, so let's see. I've got to actually pull you guys some advice cards. Ooh. Lovely. Anything you are feeling resistance to adds tenderness to it, okay? Lovely. These are your confirmation cards for your love life right now. Show compassion and forgive what needs to be forgiven. And also sometimes you just need to let it out. That will help you forgive. If you're full up, you cannot forgive. That's literally, you just can't, you know. Strength. Take time to make clear decisions. Bring awareness and light to the situation. Oh my god. That's literally what I was saying. Oh my god, and we have self-love. No way. Oh my god, guys, I have to show you this. Look what you have under the deck. How sexy is that? You have self-love with a peacock and self-love with a peacock. Fuck yeah. Self-love, time to celebrate you in all your magnificent light. Stop putting people on a pedestal, okay? You are literally meant to be here and you're here for a reason. Sorry guys, I keep forgetting to pull you cards. This is the last group I'm doing, so I'm kind of like tired. So let me pull you your chakra card that you'll need to work on right now. I'm seeing a man and he looks like a father figure and he's towering over you. He has his hat on and he possibly smokes as well. Perhaps smokes a pipe, could be a grandpa or something like that. But he's looking over you and judging you. And I'm seeing this person is literally creating your identity and telling you how to feel. And this is basically what you're letting go of. You're letting go of a masculine that's basically been controlling you for a long time. And especially if you're a woman or you're very feminine, how difficult is it for someone who's extremely uncomfortably masculine, like literally like unbalanced masculine, to tell a feminine or a female what to do, because you're going to basically take on a personality that's not even yours. No wonder you're feeling so confused, you know? So have a little read of this. If you feel drawn to read this, I highly recommend. This is all about you opening up that heart chakra, okay? So I'm hearing if a woman is taught to be a man, there is going to be separation. If a man is taught to be a woman, there's going to be separation. Because what it's doing, it's not saying there's anything wrong of a woman teaching a man. That's not what I'm saying. It's basically like if an unbalanced female or feminine is trying to shove their feminine energy into a masculine who is very comfortable, who's very, you know, masculine as a person, it's going to fucking confuse them because they haven't sorted out that side of them yet. So it's kind of like trying to mix oil and water together. They will not fucking mix because it's not the right substances. It doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with the oil or the water. It's only when you mix them together, they shouldn't be mixed. You know, you can't connect them together. So it's kind of like you're getting advice in the wrong place. You have been given advice or been told what to do by people who don't know what the fuck they're doing in the first place. And then you're getting confused, and then you're making it like it's your fault and it's not. Okay, here we go. This is so important. Reward myself, second chakra. I know that I'm truly worthy and deserve to receive the good things in life. This is also about being vulnerable, especially with sex, especially with physical intimacy, touching each other, hand holding, hugging, very important, okay? It's also, I deserve to feel intimacy. I deserve intimacy as well, okay, for a lot of you guys. Especially if you are quite a masculine female, that can also be quite uncomfortable to deal with, you know, stuff like that. Because in the day, if you are a masculine female, it's not the fact that you are a masculine female that's the point. It's because you need to especially balance out that feminine side. Okay, so if you lean more towards masculine, you need to lean against that feminine side. It's kind of like, for me as a feminine female, you have to be careful not to go overboard with the feminine side, because otherwise it turns into people pleasing, it turns into shrinking yourself. And if you are masculine, it can turn into aggression, you know, substance abuse, things like that, you know. So okay, let me read this again. I know that I am truly worthy and deserve to receive the good things in life. I give myself permission to have them. It is time to enjoy the fruits of my labours. I am to incorporate and embrace fun and joy in my life. I realise that all work and no play is a recipe for energy flow, disruption and exhaustion. I allow myself to experience and receive more pleasure in my life, and I'm flexible and open to change. That is a big one. That's going to help you to manifest that partner. I'm receptive to embracing activities and events that come my way, even those I may have avoided in the past. And like I say, in all my readings, it's not really about attracting a partner, it's attracting the best version of you. Because at the end of the day, if your body and your safety is about, I need a partner right now, okay, well focus on how to actually manifest that. And then your brain will then figure out, okay, and then you'll naturally start to heal, you know. It's not even about manifesting a partner, it's about manifesting the best version of yourself. But literally, it's all encompassing. It's literally all the same shit. Okay, so let's have a look and see about your person. We have the Psyche. This is who they are. Very, very psychic. Lovely. This is a really interesting group. Very, very different to all the other groups. Yours is very much about focusing on play. So that's going to be your main goal. Because life can be very serious. And if you've been taught that life is scary, focusing on fun is going to help you to release a lot of that tension. So we have Psyche, Leo, Aquarius, 6th house ascendant, solar eclipse, 11th house. So you could have a lot of sun in your chart. So you could have a lot of Leo, a lot of Aries, and this can cause you to be too masculine, where the balance is too much on the masculine side. So focusing on anything that creates that feminine energy by focusing on your heart chakra, things like that, is going to bring in this lovely relationship, because this person's very wholehearted, and you are. It's just actually letting that in, allowing yourself to actually feel that, because it's safe. It's okay to it's okay to cry. It's okay to be emotional. It's because you're emotional anyway. Everyone's fucking emotional. If you're happy, it's an emotion. If you're sad, it's an emotion. If you feel shame or guilt, that's an emotion. You're allowed to feel emotional. So your person could easily be a Leo, Aquarius, rising, or Leo, Aquarius, Sun, or Venus. So your person is all about health. You could have a very important health journey, important health change before you meet them. Your person is in the public eye. Could be an actor, actress. And it's because you're an actor or an actress, by the way. It's not like you fancy someone who is like really, really famous. It's literally, if you're quite famous or you become famous, then you'll meet someone who is the same as you. So your person is also very rich. They are very happy in their life. They are really fun. They're very mature as well. Like they're kind of like the father or the mother figure you didn't really have, or the brother or sister you never really had. And that sounds really weird to bring family members into this, but if you did literally like not have that in your life, this is going to really heal that connection, and it's going to really create some balance in your life, which is really nice. So what I'm seeing is the more you concentrate on healing and loving yourself, the less you'll think about control. So when it comes to your relationships, it's important to take one step at a time, okay? Your masculine side of you will try to rush you, try to force you into a corner. It's not about that. Your person is very flirty. They are they're very much about the public eye. They possibly have quite a large following. And sorry guys, I'm like stretching. And then we have this sun in Libra. So what this is showing me is this person loves love. They've not been in the country for quite a while, so that possibly be why you haven't met them, because they've been abroad. They are in the same country as you. They're not really far away from you. They're probably only the next town along. But they move possibly to you. That's what I'm seeing. They move actually towards you. And both of you are very psychic. You both have a very strong connection to helping the world change, and helping to bring in this lovely energy into the world. And there's nothing here that makes me feel like, oh, that's a problem or that's an issue. This feels very good. This feels really, really good. So let's get you a couple of animal cards. I think I forgot to pull these for another group, but that's totally fine. Everything is fine. Okay, so where are you right now? Lovely. Working on speaking your truth, expressing yourself. Where are you in the relationship? The eagle. Lovely. I love that. So complete change. You're literally upgrading from a nightingale to an eagle, both air, both birds. You can see how this is coming to a play. This is also very Sagittarius, very Scorpio. It's kind of like seeing things from a high perspective, grabbing things with your talons, really living life. I think it's happened for a group number 2 as well, actually. Let's see what else with the golden egg. If we get the same card, I'm going to laugh. Group number 4. Okay, we're saying it's got a different one. So your person's learning to open up. This person is also quite masculine, so they're learning to express themselves. Everything I've said for you is this person as well. And both of you are learning to really come out of your cave and be okay with it being really cute. You're going to be a really cute couple, by the way, and you're going to really shed your skin. You're not going to be defined by other people's expectations of you. That's going to be something you want to let go of, is you're going to really release that. And your person is just really fun. They give me a very light energy, very fun, very young, happy. I'm hearing hunky. For those of you who are an attractive female, very, very fit, really into fitness. If it's a man, I also see fitness, but I see that they do it possibly as a job. For the females, I'm seeing more as like a hobby or just like a lifestyle. The male, I'm actually seeing they might do it as a career. Obviously, it can be for different. It's just what I'm seeing, just to kind of like put it into little boxes. Okay, So this person also, you're going to be very unexpectedly meeting this person, because the shark is kind of like, a lot of people get scared of sharks, which I don't know why, because they're just like an animal. But we've been taught that they're scary and avoid them or kill them. It's like, ugh, whatever. Literally every animal is here for a reason. Like, can't deal with shit like that. Anyway, rant over. So basically, with things like sharks, is they kind of, as soon as they come into the water, it's like fear and terror and things like that. This person may cause like a bit of confusion, or like, oh my god, like they're quite intense, because you've waited so long for a relationship. You might think this isn't the right person, or you might want to avoid the relationship because it's so deep, and that's why you're doing this work now. Let's get you a card about that. What lights you up? Yeah, you're definitely working on things that bring you joy, that light you up, that make you feel good. That is definitely something that you're working on. Okay, so what is the next thing? Okay, we're going to do your tea leaf reading now. So if you would like to sit through this rest of the reading, then we're going to do your tea leaf reading. So let's do that now. So I want to tell you guys, as I'm shuffling the cards, I just want to tell you, for all the groups I kind of had music with the cards, but for you guys I'm getting like a really strong message, and I'm probably going to forget it, so I'm going to tell you now, is that when I was drinking the tea, is I was getting that some of you guys have never been intimate, or you've never had a relationship. And this is going to be your first relationship, and I'm hearing congratulations for when you have that relationship. But what I'm seeing is that's why it's all kind of scary and new, and that's probably why you put so much emphasis on a relationship, because you never actually physically experience what it's like. So you've always kind of put them in this kind of space of fantasy or dream world, but actually this is a real person, and it might be scary at first. You might just be kind of used to the fantasy, or might be more comfortable with the fantasy, but it is actually going to be a real person, guys, and it's going to be amazing. And I think also, if you've never had intimacy before, you don't know what it feels like to be intimate, but also where your boundaries are. So that could be something you're learning as well, is to really look at your own body and focus on what feels right for you, what feels good for you. If there's anything that doesn't feel right, then maybe obviously voicing that. And we have appreciation underneath the deck. And yeah, it's just really voicing that and realising that that's key. Abundance, pride, thoughtfulness and sincerity. And I got like massive Leo energy from this group. I was really picking up on that. So a lot of you guys could be naturally drawn to Leos. I am hearing that a lot of you guys have had to do a lot of healing around Leo energy. It could be that you don't want to have children, and you do, and you know you want them, but you're struggling to really be vulnerable enough to have them. Or you may have struggled to have children, or because Leo represents children. It could also be that you struggle to have fun, that you struggle to play, and things like that. Oh my god, we literally have the fucking 5th house of creativity, which is Leo. That's so funny. Okay, they're saying no, it's not funny, it's literally, that's what tarot is, which is so funny, because I literally get surprised every time I get a synchronicity. I'm never not shocked with tarot. It just fascinates me. There we go. Yeah, so it's going to literally bring you into this partnership. Your relationship's going to be fun, but you're also learning to take responsibility for your emotions, because you can have fun, but you can't have fun all the time, otherwise life would just be like really uncomfortable. So both of you are going to do a job of service. You could be both very extremely artistic. You both could be healers. You both could have a company together. We have Sagittarius energy as well, so your person could be a Sag. You both could be Sagittarius as well, 2 Saggies together, which is very rare. I'm hearing it's very rare. Both of you definitely work together. That's going to be part of your marriage life, as you're working together. You might have a yearly check-in on your partnership just to see how it's going. Okay, so make your relationship the way you want to though, guys, okay? So your partnership is going to be very ethereal. It's going to be very synchronistic. You won't have to look for signs to know if this is the right person. You'll just feel safe with them when you're with them. You'll know it's the right person. Your marriage life, very easy. I see a marriage, very cute, very fun. You might be dressing up in like dressing up clothes to attend your wedding. I'm seeing like a Harry Potter or Lord of the Rings themed wedding. I'm seeing your family being really proud and really happy of you. Obviously, they should be proud of you anyway, but that's just like emphasis. Oh my God. I didn't even realise we literally only have Sagittarius. Guys, look at this synchronicity. Oh my God. That is amazing. I just want to show you, unless you can't, just in case you can't see, like this is the only one that has water on it. Wow. Okay. So the star to me represents Aquarius, but to me it's like also Sag, where it's kind of just letting things go. Your person is very mature, they're very masculine. You are the overthinker in the relationship, so this person is going to calm you. Yeah, it's going to be really easy. You both love animals. You might actually end up having an animal shelter in your house, like adopting animals, things like that. But I'm seeing this person really sees you, and they see you so intuitively, like they see you so like vulnerably, and you're able to really just like speak your truth and, you know, be available to that. I also see that a lot of travel. Both of you will be traveling a lot. I'm seeing both of you will travel together. You might have a blog together. There's a sense of like union with work. So you both will be doing things together. There's a lot of appreciation. You both do pretty much the same career. I also see your person being in technology. They love technology. They might work on a computer a lot. They might work for a tech company, something like that. Picking up on like Apple, Virgin, things like that. I'm hearing an Apple Virgin. That's so funny. So literally I'm hearing like the messages are so fun, like the way they connect is so interesting. So with like Adam and Eve and like the apple, and then we have like the word virgin. The fact with the apple, I'm not too sure 100% what it's about. It has been manipulated through time, you know, just to put that out there. But also what I'm seeing is it's like there's definitely a big stress around intimacy for you guys. There's like, oh, you know, I'm a virgin, and what if he doesn't like me for a virgin? What if this is my first relationship? What if he doesn't like me because it's my first one? I haven't had a lot of experience. Who gives a fuck? At the end of the day, if you are a virgin, who cares? Guys, it literally doesn't matter. Just because you haven't had sex, it doesn't actually really mean anything. It just means you haven't been physically intimate. This is what I'm saying. Like, with society, they put so much fucking pressure on things. Like, you have to go out and have a drink. If you're not drinking, it's wrong. If you're not driving when you're like 18, it's wrong. If you're, not got a house by the time you're like 30, it's wrong. If you're not in a relationship by the time you're 30, it's wrong. It's like, who gives a flying fuck? This is your life. If you haven't had sex yet, who gives a fuck? You're going to have sex when you're ready, okay? So don't put pressure on yourself, all right? Sorry, guys, I get so passionate. Okay, anyway, so you have abundance, pride, thoughtfulness and sincerity, general thoughtfulness overall. You're going to be really happy with this person, really easy. It could be, I'm picking up on a wedding with lots of jewellery, lots of colour. So it could be a cultural wedding, could be from your culture or from a religious perspective. It could be that you have like certain rituals that you like to do at weddings, maybe like, crushing the glass or, I don't know, doves flying in or something, something like that. Yeah, it's very, very beautiful. I really, really like this. And both of you are going to be so thoughtful of each other, which is exactly what all relationships should be like, really. Okay, let's get your letters. Boom. Okay, I'm getting the letter B. I'm hearing Ben. I'm hearing Jack. I'm hearing Nathan. I'm also hearing Lillian, Lily, things like that. That's their name. Gerald. So we have G's. We have E, R, L, I, V, and H. I'm also seeing lips like touching each other. So it could be your first kiss that you have with this person as well, which is going to be like so intense, but you're going to absolutely love it. Okay, so that is your reading, guys. Be really kind to yourself. You guys are doing a great job. First of all, before I finish, I want to give you one more card. Lovely. Trust your intuition, guys. It's so helpful. Have a great day. Rates and crystal shop up below, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye.